I had nowhere to go. Like I was not going to go to uni. You know you're down bad when you can cry on demand. It was very hard to reconcile the fact that God still cared, um, because you didn't look like it. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today, as you can tell by the title, we'll be talking about my A-level story and how I failed. I kind of failed, kind of not really, but kind of failed, yeah. As you can see, I'm in my room. Get comfortable, grab yourself something to drink. It's just warm water, guys, don't worry. Okay, so where do I start? Let me just start with the fact that this was my first time failing at anything ever in my life. Just to give you some background, if you don't know, I went to school in England. I did IGCSEs and I did A-levels. And my IGCSEs went really well. Like the day that I got my results, I did so well. Everybody was so happy, you know, the house was filled with like dancing, joy. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. Come A-levels. I did English literature, biology, and chemistry. And for people that might not know, I currently study biology at university. So I needed to do well. I found my A-level years very hard. The 2 years of A-level I did, I wish I didn't do them. Let me just say that. But they made me build character, as they say, pain builds character and hardship builds character and stuff like that. But let me not lie, it was not easy. In fact, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Let me not lie to you. But I kept it pushing, and honestly, one of the most interesting parts of this video, I think, is going to be just talking about the cognitive dissonance between trusting God for something and then it not happening. No matter how much you trust him, no matter how much you work hard for it. I didn't write a structure down for this video because I really wanted it to be very natural, so forgive me if it's all over the place. Long and short of the story, 2 years of A-level, did the exams and they did not go well. I got a D3 in English literature, which is like a distinction 3, so that's like equivalent to an A. For biology, I got a C. A C. And then for chemistry, a D. And it was just such a shocker to everyone because like in my GCSEs and all those subjects I got A stars and A's, and so everybody was just as confused as I was. And the worst part about my A-levels is that I worked so hard for them. I worked so hard for them. I prayed so hard. I trusted so hard. I was even leading a Bible study in school. I was like, God, like, and so imagine my shock on the day to see results. I was like, okay. Anyway, that day it wasn't fun at all. It wasn't fun. I remember the day that I got the results, I saw them and I was just crying. I was literally in a fetal position in the bathroom and wailing. You guys, it was so bad. My mom was holding me, she too was crying. It was just all crazy. Like, she was just crying because she felt so bad for me because she knew how hard I worked for this, how hard I wanted this. Anyway, that happened. It was a really hard time, and I would say that at that point, that's the only point I would say that I've ever gotten close to being depressed. I truly thought I was gonna be depressed. Like, I wasn't trying to go anywhere. I didn't want to see anybody. I just wanted to stay in bed all day, do nothing. And it was at that point, my mom, bless her heart, I love my mom so much, you guys. She was literally an angel from God, because God knows, if not for her, I don't know if I would be okay today. Literally every day she would say, Uzama, stand up, let's go, stand up, let's go somewhere. Anywhere she was going, I would follow her just to get myself out of that funk. On some days I literally would just sit down and start crying. not for no reason, but because of the results and the situation I had, I would just sit. You know you're down bad when you can cry on demand, as in like nothing is happening, but you just remember you just burst into tears. That was me for months on end, because obviously I had my results. I missed my offers. I was already planning to go to Canada anyway, so I missed my offers for the university in Canada. And the way it works in Canada is that everybody applies and knows where they're going by April, but for A levels, the results come out in August. And so obviously, schools were full, classes were full in Canada and like Canadian schools. In the UK, I just did like a safety offer. I missed that one too. I was like, God, what is going on? Like, what exactly is going on? Because this is not what I signed up for. Tough times are lasting, affliction is rising. I need answers. Those few months were the hardest months for me, because not only did I miss my offers and did not go to university I wanted to go to, I didn't go to any university at all till January, because all the spaces were full in other universities. And the worst part is that my predicted grades were so good. So I got so many offers, right? And this is why it didn't make sense. Like I was on the path to greatness. And so everything just went downhill on that results day, on those specific exams. And so yeah, for a few months from August till December of 2019, I was at home because I had no university to go to. Have you ever seen a situation where you have the student visa, you have the student permit, you have everything down, but no university to go to? And so God and I, they look each other. And so they look each other. And my parents were so devastated because there was nothing they could do. They had never seen this kind of thing before. Like, this had never happened in any shape or form in our household. It was at that point I was like dwindling in my faith. Not even necessarily dwindling like down bad. I was just asking God a lot of questions like, why did you ask me to do this Bible study when you knew that I was going to fail A levels? Why did you ask me to trust you? All of these things. I was upset. I was so devastated and so sad. Anyway, during those few months, I started learning to make hair and do makeup and do stuff. Like, I just had to do something with the time, because at that rate, I wasn't going to get into a school until the following year, January 2020. And even with the time between I got an offer to go into a school and from results day was such a dreadful time, because I had nowhere to go. Like, I was not going to go to uni, and it seemed like such a big mountain, and I was just so, the days were hard. Let me not lie, the days were hard, and it was very hard to reconcile the fact that God still cared, because it didn't look like it. Anyway, fast forward to when I got the offer for my current university. I was so gassed and everything. And life is so funny. This university that I go to was meant to be my safety option, just in case the worst happens. Lo and behold, the worst happened. So yeah, I eventually got in, went in January, everything. And let me tell you guys, I am so happy that I am in this university. Like, it is so crazy the way God works, because in the moments of when I was like, I hate this life, I hate my life, why on earth am I failing at school, and how can I put my whole life and my heart into something? If you've ever done A levels, you know that your whole life stops. Okay, your whole life will stop, and be on hold for till further notice. Anyway, I used to ask so many questions, but when I got to school, the school was so warm, so nice, and people were so nice. I loved it there. My church, you guys, the church I'm in right now, because I went to this school, because I'm in this city, because I'm in Ottawa. Honestly, I could not have planned this for myself, and I think this is the main point of this video. For anyone that is watching this, you are probably in this position as well, where A levels might not have gone how you planned it, because as I said, I am now in a position where I know I could never have planned for myself, and I know this is exactly what I need at this point in time. Because let me even give you guys more context. Like during that time, I realized just how much I was attaching my identity and my self-worth to my grades. So like it's almost as though when my grades fell, everything fell down with it. Self-worth, identity. I was like, why am I so stupid? What's wrong with me? Am I even good for anything? Because for so long I attached that my sense of confidence to my grades. Now that the grades now were not looking cute, I was like, what am I even good for? And it was such a huge reality check. Like I didn't even know to the extent that I was attaching my identity to my grades. And so if I did not have that pause between August and December where I didn't have a university to go to, I would never have realized all those things about myself. And eventually the thing is that even if I got into a university immediately and I went straight in, this issue would still catch up with me later in life because it would still be the same thing, just in a different form. Let's say I get into a job and be earning money, I will still attach my identity to the money. It's the same sort of thing, and I know that God did not want that. And so back to what I was saying, if there's anybody that is watching this because they've gotten their A level results and they don't like what they see, I literally I am a living testimony. I am proof that it is not the end of the world. There are so many options out there. There are so many universities that will be willing to actually take you. And one thing you should also make sure you are understanding is the fact that you are not your grades. Your grades do not define you. I know it is very, very cliche, and you might even be desensitized to it by now. I'm asking you to look at this in a new light. You are not your grades. If you need to play this again, you are not your grades, okay? You are so much more than that. There is so much more to you than your grades. I promise you. And now, 2 years on, I literally couldn't care less about my A level grades. Like, I think that a big part of it is because I'm no longer in the UK anyway. God just planned it that way. But I am now going into my third year of university, and it's almost like everything that seemed like such a huge mountain, and back then it's just like not even relevant at this point. I only ever revisit this memory to remember how faithful God has been. And God is so faithful that He will allow us to go through painful things in the meantime for a greater gain in the future. And I believe that if I did not realize the things that I did at that time, then long term I would have even bigger issues emotionally and with respect to my self-esteem and all of these things. And so yeah, like my heart goes out to anybody that didn't get their grades that they wanted, because I know how it feels, and it is not a nice feeling. And my very best tips for you, if you feel like you're in a rut or you're feeling depressed because of your grades, I want to ask you to please, please, please rely on your family and friends. Tell them when you're feeling down. Make sure that you cry when you need to, because I promise you, there is no prize for holding it together. None. Cry if you need to. Talk to your family and friends. Always continue to talk about how you feel, because it will do wonders. Wonders. And try to keep your perspective open. There are so many opportunities out there to serve so many different situations. So don't think that life is over because your A levels did not go as planned. I promise you that in the next couple of years, it will be the least of your problems. If university is what you want to do, you will go to university and you will enjoy yourself. You will have freedom. You will, I mean, to some extent, because you need to get as a be. To my non-Nigerian subscribers, that means uni can be tough too. But you will not remain here forever, and it's important to realize that this is just a season, and you will come through. You will come through it. And so yeah, this is not a story that is easy for me to share, because it just feels weird, like me putting it out there, putting my dirty laundry out there, like, yeah, I didn't get the A level grades that I wanted. But then at the same time, God has asked me to put this video out, and I feel like honestly it is a part of me even further removing myself and dissociating myself and my self-worth from those grades, because again, I am not those grades. I'm just letting you know that this is what happened so that you can know what is possible if you're in that same situation. And it is possible to come out on the other side and be happy and be good again, because a lot of people don't really understand the gravity of A levels on mental health. I've literally heard of people that have taken their own lives for this. If you have come through on the other side, no matter your grades, I want to say well done to you, because it's not easy at all. So yeah, again, what's the point of me airing my business in the open and on YouTube? Is to help somebody to know that they are not alone and they will be fine. This is not the end of the world. I promise you. Take it from me. And I know it can be hard to accept it from somebody that looks like they've come out on the other side. But trust me, I was a mess. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions or anything that you would like to talk about with respect to this topic, then please leave them in the comment section. I love connecting with you guys in the comment section, so please let me know. And if you did really well in your A-levels, I am so proud of you as well, because honestly it's not easy, and hats off to you. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, to be honest, that have just done your A-levels in a pandemic. It's not easy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like, because it really helps us to grow. We're on the road to 1K, whatever. But yeah, I hope you have a really blessed rest of your day, afternoon, or evening. Take care, and I will see you on the next video.